Hello, and welcome to this lesson video where we will go over a quick overview of heavy construction industry and projects. We will cover the shown learning objectives on heavy construction projects, the need for construction equipment, the typical estimating process, and math earthwork operations. The construction industry can be divided into two main sectors: heavy construction and building construction. Heavy construction is also known as horizontal construction, while building construction is mostly vertical. There are multiple differences between these two main industry sectors. First, the owners of heavy construction projects are usually public entities, like the federal, state, or local government. This is because heavy contractors usually build large infrastructure projects and facilities like dams, roads, and bridges. Such infrastructure is the responsibility of the government agencies to fund, develop, and maintain. On the other hand, building projects can be owned by either public government agencies or private entities such as high-tech companies, hospitals, and hotels, and others. Second, heavy and building contractors deal with different owners. This is why they are awarded the projects using different project delivery systems. Heavy contractors in public projects need to submit formal bids and go through an open bidding process with the hope to be the lowest bidder and win the project. On the other hand, the private owners of the building projects are not tied with public laws and regulations. So, commercial contractors and building owners negotiate their way to build the project. Third, you can see from the photos, the heavy projects have less number of trades and specialty work packages compared to building projects. Just look at the top right photo of the interior building during construction. You can see electrical system, plumbing system, mechanical system, fire sprinkler, concrete, drywall studs, and other systems. On the other hand, heavy construction projects have a lot of dirt and soil to move, and large structures made of steel, concrete. There are few cases of heavy projects where they will include mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems, such as water and energy plants. The last difference you can see here is the use of the heavy equipment. From its name, heavy construction will be very dependent on large equipment and machines to accomplish its job, as you can see here. So why heavy equipment is used in construction? What are the specific reasons for using heavy construction equipment? You can see in the left picture there are two scrapers here and a dozer working in a mass excavation work. In the middle picture you can see multiple tower cranes, while in the right picture you can see a couple of excavators working in a basement dig hole. The first reason for using construction equipment is improving the safety of the workforce. For example, a tunnel boring machine, as shown in the top this photo here, minimizes the risk of tunnel collapse, accidents, and the loss of human life. The second reason is to compensate for our limited human physical capacities. of lifting heavy loads or reaching with these loads to extreme heights and spans. The two gentlemen in the photo here uh, are not carrying this generator. They just directing the crane that is that's actually the one carrying the generator to put it in the right spot. The third reason for using machines is their high production rates. Machines don't experience fatigue like human, and they produce much more work in an hour compared to a completely human crew. For example, the bucket of the shown drag line can carry up to 7 or 8 cubic yards in just one load, which translate into incredible hourly production rates and low unit cost. Heavy construction equipment is used in typical operations that we'll cover in this course, like earth moving, compaction, paving, lifting, piling, and many more. This figure here shows some examples of heavy equipment that are mostly relevant to earthwork and earth moving, like trucks, loaders, compactors, graders, and excavators and dozers. We mentioned before that heavy construction projects usually follow a hard bidding process where the lowest bidder is awarded the project. The contractors need to have a systematic estimating process to develop complete and competitive bids to win the project while not being too far from the closest bidder. Being too much lower than the next bidder can be very scary, as it can mean that the winning contractor may miss part of the scope or used unrealistic assumptions in the estimate. Here you can see 7 steps for the estimating process usually done in the industry. The first step, decide first if you will bid this project or not. You need to make sure that you have the right experience for the project. The project is not too far from your company's base location, and the project is the right size for your company, not too small or too large. Second, obtain and understand the plans and specifications of the project, which are parts of your bid documents and package. Third, visit the site and make sure that all site conditions are reflected in the plans. Fourth, identify the scope of the work, which is done by breaking down the project into its main packages and activities. Fifth, calculate the quantities of the work packages and activities you identified. Quantity takeoff requires some knowledge of the available construction techniques. You perform the quantity takeoff following the same way the structure is built. 6. Price each bid item by estimating its unit cost and price. This requires detailed analysis of the operations in each bid item in terms of the resources needed and the sequence of these operations. The pricing step is very critical, so we'll cover next what items need to be covered when pricing a bid and its work items. You need to structure the bid estimate in two main components: cost and market. There's a big difference between cost and price, as we'll see next. Cost refers to the actual expense that the contractor pays to finish the work. As you can see, the cost includes direct and indirect cost. The direct cost is any expense that you can directly associate to a single activity or work package. The direct cost includes material, labor, equipment, and subcontractors. For example, the material cost of a structured concrete can be ready-mix concrete that you pour. Its labor cost includes the crew that places the concrete. Its equipment cost includes the concrete pump, and the subcontractor cost can include the cost of the rebar and formwork that is done by a specialty contractor. The indirect cost is any cost that you cannot directly associate to a work package in your project. The indirect cost includes site and overhead items. The site overhead includes general site conditions and supervision, like project managers, project engineers, and superintendents, and also temporary facilities like office trailers, dumpsters, and mobile toilets. The office overhead includes all the staff and facility costs of the main office, where multiple functions are performed to support the different projects of the company. These office functions include business leadership, administration, estimating, human resource management, and marketing. The markup is not only limited to the profit, but it also includes some contingency fund to account for unforeseen risky events that can occur during the project. A higher contingency fund is allocated in risky projects with missing information or non-typical work conditions. Now we'll focus on mass earthwork operations as a major part of typical heavy construction project, and learn about earthwork equipment and cost estimation. Earthwork mainly includes moving large amounts of soil within the construction site, or to the construction site, or off the construction site. Earthwork is almost in all types of heavy construction projects, such as highways and dams. Other bid packages will cover that we'll cover in this course include concrete structures, crane operations and rigging, asphalt, piling, and excavation support systems. Earthwork involves the typical operations of excavating the soil, hauling the soil from one location to another, placing the soil and grading it to a specific grade, and compacting it to a specific density. Over the lessons of this course, we'll learn about the production aspects of common machines and equipment used in these operations, such as trucks, dozers, scrapers, and compactors. This is the end of this video, where you learned about heavy construction, heavy equipped machinery, and typical estimation process. You learned about the major mass earthwork operations, which we will study each one of them in more details in the following videos. But first, we need to cover in the coming video the main geotechnical materials used in mass earthwork, which are soil and rock. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.